Have you ever thought about what would happen financially if you were suddenly diagnosed with a serious illness? Not just the medical bills, but everything else that comes with it. Your mortgage or rent, your car payment, your groceries, your regular household expenses. Because when a major illness happens, the financial impact could go far beyond the hospital bill. That's where critical illness insurance comes into the conversation. Hello, my name is Paul McMillan, and I'm the owner of Financial Protection Academy and a financial services specialist in the state of Georgia and Florida. I want to explain what critical illness insurance is, how it works, and why it may be something worth considering as part of your overall financial protection strategy. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is critical illness insurance? Critical illness insurance is the type of coverage designed to provide you with a lump sum cash benefit if you are diagnosed with a covered critical illness and meet the policy's requirements. Okay. Now, depending on the policy, covered conditions may include things such as a heart attack, stroke, certain types of cancer, or other serious illnesses. Now, here's the important part. The money is generally paid directly to you rather than being restricted to a specific medical bill. That means the benefit can potentially help you to deal with some of the financial pressures that comes with a serious illness. Now, think about it this way. Let's say you have health insurance. Your health insurance is designed to primarily help you with covered medical expenses. But what happens if you're unable to work for several months? What happens to your mortgage? What happens to your rent, your utilities, your car payment, childcare, groceries? Those expenses doesn't necessarily stop just because you're sick. And that's one of the reasons critical illness insurance can be valuable. It provides an additional layer of financial protection when you need it most. Now, let me give you a simple example. Imagine someone has a heart attack. Thankfully, they survive, but now they may have hospital expenses, follow-up appointments, rehabilitation, medications, and potentially months where they're unable to work at the normal capacity that they would before that heart attack. Even their health insurance is doing its job. They could still experience a significant financial strain. If that person had a critical illness policy that covered their particular condition, and they met the policy requirements, they could receive a lump sum benefit. That money could potentially help them keep up with their household expenses while they focus on recovering. And that's really the concept I want you to remember. Critical illness insurance isn't necessarily about replacing your health insurance. It's about potentially providing an additional financial protection when a covered serious illness occurs. Now, there's another important point. Not every critical illness policy is the same. Different insurance companies can cover different illnesses. The definitions of those illnesses can vary. There can also be waiting periods, exclusions, benefits amounts, eligibility requirements, and other policy provisions. So you don't want to simply look at a policy and say, it covers heart attacks, so I'm good. You need to understand what the policy actually defines as a covered heart attack, for example, and what conditions must be met before a benefit is paid. That's why understanding the policy is so important. Now, here's another question I hear. Do I really need this if I already have health insurance? Well, two types of coverage are designed to serve different purposes. Health insurance can help cover eligible medical expenses. Okay. Critical illness insurance may provide a cash benefit directly to you after a qualifying covered illness. So they're not necessarily competing with each other. They can potentially work together. And there's one more thing I want you to think about. When most people plan for their financial future, they think about the things like saving money, investing, retirement planning, and life insurance as well. Those things are important, but financial protection isn't just about what happens when you pass away. It's also about what happens while you're alive. What happens if an unexpected illness changes your ability to work? What happens if your income is interrupted? What happens if you need time to recover? Those are questions worth considering. Now, does everyone need critical illness insurance? No. There's no one insurance product that is automatically right for everybody. Now, your age, health, financial situation, existing insurance coverage, budget, and personal needs should all be considered. And you should always review the actual policy details before making a decision. But even if you ultimately decide it's not for you, I think it's important at least to understand what it is, because you can't properly protect yourself against a financial risk you haven't considered. So here's the big takeaway. Health insurance helps address medical expenses. Critical illness insurance can potentially provide additional cash, notice the word cash, when a covered serious illness occurs. And that cash can help you focus on recovery instead of worrying about every financial obligation at the same time. So at Financial Protection Academy, my goal is to help people understand financial protection so that way they understand their options, so that way they can make better informed decisions for themselves and their family when the unexpected happens. If you have questions about critical illness insurance, or if you're wondering how could this fit into your overall financial protection strategy, definitely reach out to me, because again, I'm a licensed professional in the state of Georgia and Florida, so I can actually help you consider your options when it comes to critical illness insurance or other types of coverage. It's really about preparing for the unexpected, so that way you're actually prepared while you're living, not if you pass away. So again, my name is Paul McMillan. I'm the owner of Financial Protection Academy. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.